Connecticut originally, came out, played baseball at Seattle University for about a year. Coached a lot of teams at the younger level, and I'm part of a select organization. We have 6 teams. We have over 100 kids and about 100 families. We started 8 years ago with just one team. I also represent CABA, Continental Amateur Baseball Association. I'm the area director for Bill Beckett. And what we're trying to do is to provide a better educational website. Also, we're trying to bring better quality national tournaments. That's part of what our website said. So I'd like to start our very first top baseball tournament with Tyler Rice. He was a collegiate pitcher for 4 years. He won 2 championships, got rings to prove them. He started with us when he was young, about 15 years old. And so he's been with us for 7 years. He's now coaching our organization. So some of the questions that I'd like to ask, back when you played there, you hear things of select teams, or traveling teams, and cost, and there's different levels. There's Little League, there's Pony League, Legion teams. What do you think is the big differentiator between let's say your neighborhood teams or Little League as opposed to select baseball, and what kind of kid that wants to play select baseball, what attributes should he have to be successful at that level?
The one thing you see definitely a big jump between Little League and select baseball is the athleticism. Kids play a lot of sports. They play basketball, they play football, they play soccer, and they play baseball. They let their instincts take over, and I think that's a big difference between select and Little League. Little League, it's everybody plays, everybody gets equal playing time. It's not as serious. Now it's good to get everybody out there learning the game, playing sports, being active. But at select level, there's a filter there. You got to do certain things right, and being athletic is the number one. I think you just find a little better athletes at a select level because they want to play more. Now, there's not to say that there's not good talent in the league. I think there's just more. There's more of a broader. What's the word I'm looking for here? There's
Spectrum.
Yeah, there's a bigger spectrum of players at the Little League level. Select is, there's more time invested, there's more money invested, there's way more games. But like I said earlier, I played on Little League and Select at the same time, and it allowed me to get probably 40, 50 more ball games in than everybody else.
So what do you say to a parent, now that you're a coach, and your collegiate career's over, when they go $2,000, $3,000 to play baseball? That seems like a lot. Well, how's my kid going to get better? I mean, what's the difference? What do you see? What do you get at that level with a select team as opposed to a Little League team or a Pony team?
Well, what you'll see at the Little League teams, people will go out and start training 2-3 weeks before the season, whereas at a select level, you're training starting October 1st and you're going all the way through January, February, until high school hits, depending on what age you're at. At the younger ages, that's when they start playing. So at the select level, you pay all that money, you pay the $2-3 grand, whatever it is, for your off-season training, your fall ball, your instruction. That's where you really learn the game, is in the off-season, and you really need to get after it. And your money really is put into the off-season. And then there's the hotels, the flying, the travel costs, but you're paying for your kid to get better in the off-season. And that's a huge difference between Little League and Select, is just the time invested. Putting a lot of time into this, and time is money.
So it sounds like that you're saying somebody who plays select baseball as opposed to your traditional Little League or Pony League or Legion, you think has a better chance to succeed at the collegiate level?
I would say that, just because the kids playing select have more innings. They play more. They're in the game a lot longer. If you just play Little League, that's fine. But if you really are serious about going, being a college starter, college player, you need to play a lot. It's tough. Getting to a college team and a good college program is tough, and you got to put your time in. It starts at an early age, especially now. There's a lot of 13-year-olds out there that can play this game, and as long as they keep plugging away, there's no reason a lot of them can't play college baseball.
How does a parent find if they decide that their son wants to go play select ball? I mean, where do you find these teams? In the paper, or by word of mouth, or some guy's an ex-major leaguer and thinks he can coach at this level? I mean, well, what should they look for when they're actually investigating this?
Something that I would recommend is go watch that club the year before. If you're really serious about it, go watch how they practice, go watch how they play. Just listen to how they interact with each other. If it's something you like, then I'd say go after it.
I'd like to introduce Coach Glenn Solberg. He's coached at the Cobble level. He's coached in national tournaments for 2 or 3 years, and we're going to ask him some questions about what he does, what does he look for in a kid, and how he prepares for his indoor, his off season, and then also when it comes to a season. So Glenn, how do you feel about being a select coach? I mean, tell us a little bit about your background. You coached at the pony level,
Yeah.
and what's the difference at that level to this level?
It's a big difference when you come up from 12-year-old baseball up into select baseball. First time out of the gate, I coached 13-year-old baseball. I pretty much did it on my own. Wasn't part of a program. Just me and another guy. We like coaching together. We like our group of kids. So we brought a group that we coached as young players in the pony program up into select baseball.